Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, sorry. Hey everybody, Adam Savage, and I am gleefully, delightedly at Prop Store in Los Angeles with Brendan Ellinger. Dude, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I love being surrounded by all this Terminator memorabilia. But this, tell me about this thing.
So this one has a cool history. This actually has been through 5 or 6 different collectors' hands. It's kind of a known piece within the collecting community, but this is the only one that I'm aware of, original endo arm from the first Terminator film.
No way.
And what's really fantastic about it is, try to pick it up.
Oh!
All metal construction.
Holy cow, no way.
Heavy as hell.
Oh, wow. I will tell you, this is one of my holy grail props. I have 2 or 3 of these that are static resin, but I had,
Yeah, and they've got real functionality in all the fingers there.
The animatronics actually function, and the hand bends when the little piston operates. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So I've been thinking about replicating one of these, just machining one from scratch for myself, because it is a holy grail piece. And now it's decided. I'm totally going to make one.
That'd be awesome. I don't know if I've seen one either where all the pistons and such are practical. And it's interesting, look at the texture on is this all cast metal? Is that what we're seeing
I think it is cast metal. It looks to be, so over here, I see what looks like a scrape of brass.
Okay.
So I guess it could be lost wax brass cast?
Okay.
It's hard to say. I mean, yeah, these look like cast pieces, and they look like, I see what looks like bubbles at the top. So it looks like this was a mold they poured and stopped here, because it doesn't probably look like that. No, it doesn't look like that on the other side.
I know one of the things that we learned from researching Terminator arms in the past is that the fingertips change film to film. So I think this is specifically the T1 endo style fingertips.
Yes.
That would be different if it was a T2. And that's part of how you identify it. And I think potentially this would have been on a full puppet, a full body puppet of an endo.
Wow. It also, the metacarpals, the main joints here are also different in T1 than any of the others.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay. They have that twin fin kind of thing going on. Also, I'm really impressed to see that all of these upright stocks are cast into that hand base. Oh my God.
As opposed to it being a separate plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I never thought I would touch a real endo hand from the film that I didn't even know they actually made one.
Yeah, and I mean, potentially this was all rigged up to cable controls in the film so that someone could puppeteer it. But a huge amount of work in that. And one of those cool props where the design and the functionality are all intertwined. Right. And it actually can work, right?
Well, this is what Stan Winston did better than anybody, is marry those two things. The reason I've always wanted to make my own is specifically exactly like this, is that I wanted one that was floppy, that felt like someone tore it off a real Terminator. Right. And I wanted to be able to hand it to you and have the hand sort of...
A severed limb thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's one of the things I find so impressive about it is up close, it's actually quite simple, right? It's not a tremendous amount of mechanical complexity.
Once you've digested it.
Yes.
Once you understand it in your head, right?
Yeah. And it takes a while, but like once you get it there, oh man.
The thing about Terminator 1 material compared to T2 is, by the time they got to T2, it was a big budget film. There's a lot of volume of pretty much all props and costumes for Terminator 2. I mean, we've seen a lot of different pieces of wardrobe and
we were talking about bullet hits, like there's thousands of them.
The bullet hit shirts, which they're all great, but they made a lot of them. It's a fact, they made and used a lot of them in production. Terminator 1 is just a smaller affair overall, and so they just didn't build as much stuff. And so it's actually far more rare to come across something from the first Terminator film than T2, or of course the later sequels where they built even more props and costumes and such.
I'm so I'm almost speechless seeing this up close like this.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful work.
Is it, oh right, in T2 there's that really specific thing about these knuckles, about these back knuckles, is when he closes his hand, all the knuckles kind of fold a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They do this beautiful little secondary motion.
What, so there's like an extra joint right in here?
There's some, I can't quite picture it in my head, but yeah, there is a little bit of extra movement that when the hand closes, those knuckles sort of relax a little bit into a diagonal, and that's not on the T1.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. We'll have to take another look at it now.
Oh man, this is really surprising, and I'd love, like, if anyone worked on this, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. About, you're right, these are all cast metal components, and of different lengths, right? Like, this is one pulley with that length. Each of these fingers has
All
slightly
unique,
different
yeah.
dimensions.
And do you think any of this is found parts, or do you think this is all 100% from scratch?
Well, so what I see here are these little shaft collars. Those
yeah,
are from
yeah.
remote control planes.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that's where they're holding on to the cables and also holding on to the mechanics of the hand, like going through that nut there. I believe these ball joints and this one
Real world
are
parts.
real world parts.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive about that. They just feel like a manufactured part to me, or that they started with a manufactured part and replicated it.
But the pistons, you think those
I think
are
the pistons are totally custom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that cast? Is that an air bubble?
It looks like an air bubble.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time imagining that these were practical.
Right.
That there, may have been some other way of activation.
Right. Or not real pistons.
Right,
But,
right.
But they could have been practical via cables.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
right.
Yeah. Probably much more easy to do it with cables than with pistons.
Yeah.
With pneumatics.
Yeah. What a cool thing.
Dude, it matches the endo arm that's in my head, right? I want John Connor to, like, smash the glass cloche off of it and throw it in
And
his
go
backpack.
running with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And this is actually probably not far off of what the real thing would weigh. I mean, this has got to be 12, 13 pounds.
Yeah, some serious heft to it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to build this year. You can keep shooting, but now I'm going to start finding some reference that I need so I can make my own. Amazing.